Imagine a machine that can turn intelligence data into a death list in minutes. Now imagine this machine is real, and it's already working. 2019. In the secret basements of Israeli military intelligence, engineers complete the creation of a system that will forever change the face of war. Its code name is Habsora, which translates to gospel. The irony of the name will become clear later. How does this death machine work? Every second, Gospel devours terabytes of information. Videos from thousands of drones, intercepted phone calls, real-time satellite images, GPS coordinates of mobile phones, purchase data, social media. The algorithm analyzes where you sleep, who you meet, what you buy, where you go. But here's the creepiest part. The system learns. It remembers behavior patterns, creates profiles, predicts routes. If you fit certain parameters, congratulations, you become a target. Your home, your family, your children, everything turns into coordinates for a missile strike. Gospel doesn't just find terrorists, it creates them from ordinary people, using algorithms that nobody fully understands. And this is just the beginning, because what happened next exceeded the darkest predictions. From 50 targets per year to 100 per day. This isn't just improvement, it's a revolution in warfare. But prepare for numbers that will make you shudder. Previously, Israeli analysts spent months studying each target. 50 objects per year was the maximum of human capabilities. But Gospel broke all boundaries. 2021, the system produced 200 targets in just a few days of conflict. Commanders were shocked, but this was just a warm-up. Current war, 15,000 targets in 35 days. 15,000. For comparison, in the 2014 war, which lasted 51 days, a maximum of 6,000 targets were hit. Gospel exceeded this number by 2.5 times in less time. But where do so many targets come from? The secret lies in the system's database. 40,000 suspected militants. 40,000 names, addresses, families. Every person on this list is a potential target. And here's where the truly scary part begins. Previously, only leaders were targeted. Commanders, high-ranking terrorists. Now the system targets everyone. Young Hamas courier? Target. His house? Target. His family inside? Just collateral damage. If this topic grips you, subscribe. There are even more shocking revelations ahead. Gospel turned war into a death conveyor belt. But how exactly does this conveyor work? What insiders revealed will horrify you. Now think about this. What do a car factory and a military operation in Gaza have in common? Turns out, more than you think. Insiders from Israeli intelligence call their work by one chilling word: factory. But what exactly does this factory produce? Death, on an industrial scale. Imagine a conveyor belt, only instead of cars, human lives move along it. A former targeting division employee told journalists, "We prepare targets automatically and work from a checklist. It really is like a factory." How does this death conveyor work? Gospel spits out names, addresses, coordinates. An analyst opens a file. There's already a ready collateral damage assessment. In simple terms, how many civilians will die along with the target? 5 people? 10? 20 children? Everything is already calculated by the algorithm. "We work fast and there's no time to dig deep into targets," admits a source. "We're supposedly evaluated on how many targets we managed to generate." Another insider was even more blunt. The emphasis is on quantity, not quality. It's a mass assassination factory. By the way, write in the comments, do you think such an approach is justified in wartime? The human eye reviews targets before attack, but doesn't spend much time on them. Literally, seconds decide who will live and who will die. And here's what's most terrifying. This system malfunctions. Imagine you've been sentenced to death, but the judge wasn't human, it was an algorithm. And nobody knows why it made exactly that decision. When a machine decides who should live or die, who bears responsibility? This question keeps experts around the world awake at night because there's no answer. Dr. Heidi Holleback, an AI expert, sounds the alarm. Ultimately, we're dealing with inaccurate and biased targeting automation that's really not that far from indiscriminate targeting. In other words, Gospel kills almost randomly. A commander receives a target list from a computer. He doesn't know how this list was created. He can't interrogate the algorithm, he just presses fire. And here's the most chilling part. If something goes wrong, there's nobody to blame. The algorithm learns by itself, makes decisions by itself. It becomes impossible to trace decisions to specific design points. The perfect crime without a criminal. But the real nightmare is ahead. A former White House staffer warns other states will watch and learn. China, Russia, Iran, all are already developing their versions of gospel. What will happen when every army in the world gets its own digital executioner? So what did we learn today? Perhaps the most terrifying truth about modern warfare. A system that was supposed to make war precise and humane turned it into an industrial death conveyor. The numbers don't lie. 15,000 targets in 35 days versus 5,000 to 6,000 in 51 days in 2014. Gospel made war 3 times more deadly. But here's what should really scare you. This is just the beginning. Today, AI selects targets. Tomorrow, it will control drones. The day after tomorrow, pull the trigger without human involvement. What happens when machines gain complete power over life and death? We stand on the threshold of a new era, an era of wars without humans, where algorithms decide the fates of millions. China's already testing autonomous killing systems. Russia is developing AI snipers. The US is creating robot soldiers. Gospel isn't just an Israeli experiment. It's a glimpse into our future. A future where war becomes a video game and people are just pixels on a screen. What do you think about this? Should we trust machines with decisions about life and death? Subscribe if you want to know the truth about how technology is changing our world. See you in the next video. And remember, the future is already here.